Hey guys, today we are going to discuss on the topic straight line. Here are the example of straight line. I'm pretty sure you are very familiar with it. To those that are not, may ask how is the non-straight line graph look like? Here is the example of graph. They are not straight line. Another name for straight line graph is known as linear. For non-straight line graph is known as non-linear. What is the general equation of a straight line? The general equation of a straight line is y equal to mx plus c. As you can see, there are a total of 4 elements in this equation. Y and x are the coordinate on the graph. M and c are the gradient and the y-intercept. Before continue, let's ask ourselves why there's a need to find y equal to mx plus c. First of all, it allows us to find any coordinate of the line in the graph. This allows us to perform interpolation and extrapolation on a graph. We can use it to find data points within the measured data, or we can use it to predict data outside the measured data. Besides, it also allows us to understand a graph more meaningfully by observing the trend of the graph through slope and starting point. Let me explain through a simple water heating experiment. The experiment starts with a bucket of water sitting in a room. At the start of the experiment, the water is measured around 35 degrees Celsius. Then, the fire is lit and heat up the bucket of the water. The pressure is recorded time to time. Through the graph, we can observe and understand that the water temperature increases with time. We understand this very clearly because of the slope or the gradient of the straight line. On the other hand, just from the graph alone, we can know that the initial temperature or the starting temperature of the water is 35 degrees Celsius. This value is represented by the C, which is the y-intercept in the equation. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel and give it a like. It will really motivate me to keep on making content like this. Thank you. Let's discuss on how to find any coordinate of the line based on the input of x or y. This line is drawn based on the equation y equal to 2x plus 5. Let's say we need to find the coordinate of y when our x is negative 1. We can find it by substituting our x equal to negative 1. Solving it, we have our y equal to 3, which means when our x is negative 1, y equal to negative 3. This is reflected in the graph. Let's continue using the same equation and graph. This time, we try to find our x coordinate when our y equal to 9. We start by substituting our y equal to 9. Solving it, we have our x equal to 2. As you can see, this calculation agree with what is displayed on the graph. When our y is 9, our x equal to 2. Let's take a step back and look at the general equation. So far, we have finished discuss on the two elements y and x in the equation. Now let's continue discuss on the m, which is the gradient of the graph. What is gradient? What does it tell? It tells us how steep is the straight line. To understand it further, let's draw three straight lines with gradient 1, 2, and 4. The red line is with gradient equal to 1, the blue line is 2, the green line is 4. As you can see, increasing the value of gradient, the line gets steeper and steeper. Now we have understand the idea of gradient. Let's get into how to calculate the gradient. I will list down all the steps on how to calculate the gradient. Let me explain the importance and the things to look out for each step. First is to choose any two coordinate from the line. The coordinate, if possible, choose the one that give precise number, such as 1, 2, whole number, or if decimal is very precise, such as 2.5. Avoid the one with long decimal and not precise. This is because for easier calculation later. Let's move on to the second step. Let's say we have two coordinates. We label the coordinate as x1, y1, and x2, y2. As easy as that. You may ask, is it okay if I label the coordinate 1, 2 to x2, y2, and for coordinate 4, 8 to x1, y1 instead? The answer is yes, you can. It will result the same answer, but it must in pair. Means you cannot label, for example, x1, y2. I will demonstrate this at the end of this video. For the final step, substitute the x and y into the gradient formula, where m equal to y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Continue solving it, we have our gradient equal to 2. We have discussed all the steps. Let's try one example. Start with choosing two coordinates. I choose 2, 4 and 4, 8. After that, I label them x1, y1, x2, y2. Finally, I proceed substitute the x and y into the formula. Be careful when solving it here because it have the negative. And now we have the gradient of the straight line equal to 2. I've prepared some exercise for you guys to try. Please pause the video and give it a try. Here is the answer to each of the graph. Again, let's move back to the general equation. We have completed discuss on the gradient. Let's continue on C, which is the y-intercept. What is the y-intercept? As the name suggests, it is the y-coordinate where the line intersects with y-axis, which means our coordinate of y when our x equal to 0. For example, for this graph, as you guys can see, the line intersect at 0, 3, and therefore our y-intercept C is equal to 3. As simple as that. Let me challenge you guys. What is the y-intercept for the graph on the right? Please pause the video and give it a try. The answer is y-intercept is equal to 0 because the line intersect at 0, 0. Do not afraid or confused, 0 is also a number. I have prepared some exercise for you guys to try. Please find the y-intercept for both of these graphs. Please pause the video and give it a try. This is the answer. As promised, let's come back to this. The answer is yes. Yes, you can label it the other way around. To demonstrate this, I've created two working solutions with labeling the other way around. As you can see, both give the same answer. If you guys find this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. Thank you.